Hi, this is Dr. Mary Brown Bates. This is not personal medical advice, nor is this the opinion of my employers. This is, however, a cold but sunny day on the banks of the Pawtuckaway, and I am going to tell you about a primary care situation that is really making my life more difficult than it needs to be. And, it's blue back there. It's beautiful, isn't it? My life is already plenty difficult. I knew what I was signing up for when I became a primary care doctor. I knew what I was signing up for, and I like it. There's a certain amount of primary care stress, which is, for example, I go on vacation for 2 weeks, and when I come back, I have, all of my patients have been doing things, having heart attacks and going to the hospital and going to specialists and whatever, that I have to catch up. I have 2 weeks worth of work that I have to do before I can get to the work that is, generated on the day that I come back. And that's fine. I knew I was signing up for that. And I feel that the joys of primary care, which are that I get to see my whole patient and think about them as a whole organism, think about their whole life, everything that matters to them, and help them make decisions that make sense for them, like that, in the context of having known them for, potentially 20 years, that makes up for the fact that I really don't ever get to fully relax. And that's fine. I knew I was signing up for that. But I did not sign up to be an emergency medicine doctor. And I especially did not sign up to be an emergency medicine doctor with absolutely no resources. So what the heck is she talking about? So I have patients now. There's a lovely little feature of some patients' insurance policies where if they go to the emergency department, they have astronomical deductibles, like deductibles that are more than my mortgage, for example. So that's, crazy. That means if a patient comes into my office and is actually really sick and I say, please go to the emergency department, they say, I can't because I can't pay my rent next month if I go to the emergency department. Oh, okay. And you're paying for medical insurance. You're paying half of your rent every month you're paying an amount equivalent to half of your rent every month for your insurance premium. And then you have an amount equal to your rent or greater than your rent for your deductible. Okay. That makes that I mean, I understand why you wouldn't go to the emergency department under those conditions. But you might die if you don't go to the emergency department, or you might have organ dysfunction. Well, okay, I will organize labs for you. I will organize imaging studies for you. And I guess you'll have to go home and go to the hospital and do these things and then go home and, do good nursing care at home, just like we would have done in the 1800s. And, I'll let you know as soon as we know the results of your labs. Maybe I'll be able to call a specialist and maybe they'll be able to work some magic, because I can't take your gallbladder out if you've got a gangrenous gallbladder. I can't do that, or whatever. I can't put a stent in your heart if that's what you need. I can't do these things, but okay, fine. That's what we have to do. So I did not sign up for this. This is not part of primary care to have to manage, in a situation of no resources, emergency department patients. So, so this is not what I signed up for. If I had done an emergency medicine residency, I would have a different set of stressors and a different set of problems and a different set of skills and a different set of, yeah. And if I had wanted to do emergency medicine in a no resource setting, I would not be in the United States. I would be, someplace else, or I would be time traveling. So, yeah. So my patient takes their organ-threatening disease home with them, does their labs, and meanwhile, my prior authorization department is desperately working to get the imaging studies that they need approved, and that takes a couple of days, because it takes a couple of days. And the labs come back and show, organ-threatening disease. Organ-threatening disease has been confirmed, and now I get to wring my hands twice as hard and say twice as loudly, you have to go to the emergency department. And the patient says, I can't because I can't take care of myself post-operatively if I don't have a place to live. So this is why primary care doctors develop ulcers, right? That and H. pylori, that's the other reason. Yeah, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous for people to have deductibles that are a significant portion of their income. I understand. I understand that people also go to the emergency department inappropriately. I do understand that. I have patients who go to the emergency department for ear pain, or because I say that they need to have an appointment before I'll renew their acne medication, and they, instead of, waiting a week for an appointment with me, they go to the emergency department, or, for flea bites. I totally understand that there are people who use the emergency department inappropriately. But I don't think we can fix that problem on the backs of my patients' kidneys, hearts, gallbladders, and my stress level, as well as that of other primary care doctors. So that's what I have to say for today. If you wonder, just in case you ever wonder why, it's hard to get a primary care doctor, why nobody wants to do primary care, just think of this little story, okay? All right. But I'll end on a happy note. It is fun to do primary care, and I really love my job when I'm not, when I'm not wondering, when I'm not wondering if I have a perforating ulcer that I can't afford to go to the emergency department to have checked out because, my deductible is so high. And the insurance company executives have no skin in the game. They're getting literally billion-dollar bonuses, and they have no skin in the game. Whereas, my patients don't have any skin in the game. They have their kidneys in the game and their hearts in the game, literally their hearts. All right, that's all I have to say for today. I hope you are having a great day and that you are able to get out in this beautiful weather and enjoy some of the sun. Thanks for listening.